So before I call the day off, I want to make the following briefs. Number one, the movement that started, Gen Z movement, is not only in Kenya, is a world movement which has just started. Do you know why it is starting? Because the people who have been staying in the protective shelves are now coming out, and not only coming out in a small number, but in a big number, and now in a big way. You see, now the leaders need to be let known that whatever that you're trying to hide, you better start today exposing it fully. Just let us know this is what has been happening. This is where corruption is. This is where we put our money. This is the flow of money. This is your assets, and therefore this is the new system that we're going to work for us to move forward. So you can see my brothers and sisters from Uganda right now, they are brutally mishandled. The police in Uganda have been displayed by Museveni all over, and they are killing, they are injuring, they are abducting, they are obtaining others in captive, others are taken in jail. And that is what is going on, you see. And that movement is not getting even closer to end. Look at Nigeria. Right now as we speak, there is a movement, a Gen Z movement. We the people of Africa, we are tired of bad governance. Once you give somebody a mandate to oversee, to represent us, to manage our public resources, they get power. They feel that they cannot be talked to. They feel full of themselves. They feel so proud of themselves, and they don't remember that it is the people who have the power. And again, just before I speak the second thing to the people, the constitution is made by the people. So which means the people gives the constitution power. The constitution does not give people power. We can decide today to do away with the constitution that we have and come up with a new constitution which is going to help us grow. Because the constitution we have is as if those who wrote it, they know the secrets and they know how they can use it against the people. Because now they have told us we need to respect the constitution. We need to obey the rule of law. We need to preserve the responsibilities that the constitution states to the people. But now, out of all this, the leaders that represent the people are thieves, are corrupt, are killers. Look at what is happening in Congo. Young men and women in Congo are calling for our help. They are being killed. They are brutally handled by the police. And who orders the police? The one who orders the police is government leaders. And I want to pass this message to the police service. Don't be used as puppets. Do not be used as puppets. You also have a family. You have the mind. Let us not be used by the politicians. Let us not be used by the politicians. The movement right now that is going on, where it all started, it started from US not letting go the land of Africa. The US doesn't want to let the people of Africa be free. They are always using our leaders to be their puppets, to be their bridge to reach the African resources, the Kenyan oil, the Kenyan gold, the Kenyan minerals, so that they continue enriching themselves and they leave you people as poor as you are. So we, Gen Zs, millennials, everybody, it will not be a movement of Gen Z, it will be a movement of everybody. So I don't know who Ruto is going to lead, when everybody is going to stand up and say, but listen, we have said no, we don't want you. You see, And if you have to be there, therefore you have to do away with the past and come up with a new formula that is going to support the Kenya's growth. I don't know if somebody has watched videos on the nominees being interviewed and interrogated. You can hear a very simple questions. What makes you think that we can now trust you in the service that you've been entitled? They are not able to explain on how able they can execute their services in the mandate that they have been entrusted. And those are the leaders who the 55 million Kenyans are going to put their trust on. These are the leaders who are going to make this Kenya move forward. These are the Kenyans. You see, there's one thing that Maraga said, and he was talking to lawyers. He said this: if today a politician comes to you and bribes you, gives you some amount of money and tells you if you go to court and speak this and this against that person, then, and if I win the case, I will give you even more. Now you do the same, you lie, and that person wins the case in court. The question is, do you think they will trust you next time? They know you are a liar because they used you to lie to the whole public of Kenya. That is what we need all our leaders to be accountable for. That you need to speak the truth. The time of lying is over. Churches, the time of lies is over. The movement called Gen Z is not a Kenyan movement peke yake. It is an African movement. It is a world movement. Because we are tired. Tired of what? Tired of you using us for your benefit. We are not animals in this world. We are not in the animal kingdom. We are not in the forest. We are human beings. Allow people to be themselves. Allow people to grow. Allow people to possess. Allow people to think by themselves. Allow people to choose by themselves. And what they have chosen must be respected. So if President William Samoei Ruto, you continue with your promises, if you continue with your lies, at the end of the day, when you think you're winning, you're going to face an acute rejection. And this acute rejection might lead you to death, might lead you to loss of properties, might lead to Kenya going back to 1963, might lead to so many people's lives getting lost. Just because of one stupid idea that you are keeping on consistently showing pride on it. One idea: don't lie to us, don't promise us, don't sell Kenyan assets, don't rent Kenyan assets. You see, this is, I think if I was the president, I don't need to think like a European. I just need to come down to the people, understand the people, and know that Kenya is an independent country. If you are independent, how do you look like? If you say, no, I'm independent, what do you mean? That you're able to make your own decisions, which are right decisions that supports your growth. You are able, you are esteemed, you are confident, that you are self-understood, and you have worked on your personality. You know yourself really well. You are aware about things. Yeah, you know what to display and what not to display. You know yourself, your weaknesses, your strengths as a country. And now, on the bottom line, you know exactly what to do to get yourself unstuck. So we don't need to keep ourselves repeating things. We just need to solve things. To solve things, you need to let go of the old systems. And what are the old systems? That when I speak, you have to be quiet because I'm your leader. When I speak, you have to blend in no matter what because I'm your leader. Those ages are over. Those times are over. You see, when you have your money, respect yourself. Keep your money with you. When you have your own cars, keep your cars with you. Everybody has something to chase in this world. Let everybody be themselves. You see, we consistently keeping on using the old systems to rule present people. We are not old people. We are present people. This is the present times, and we have present problems. And therefore, we have to use the present methods to solve present problems. But if we have some people who think they are wise than others, and who want to impose laws, rules, to oppress other people unknowingly. It's called today's colonialism. Today's slavery is done this way. We use the constitution, we use the leaders to promise you on how things are going to work, so you focus on what the politicians are saying, and you forgot most important things that are supposed to be done. So if we have some people who think that they can get into people's lives, confuse them, use them, take their freedom away, take their mind, take their land, trust me, when people get tired, they are very dangerous than a lion, than 100 lions. Sometimes when you roar, lions can flinch back. But human beings who are tired, you will kill, you will do things. But remember one thing, you will never stop a movement. You will never stop a movement. So this is a message to the African leaders. What sweetness that is in power when the people you are leading are not pleased with your governance. At the time of campaigns, it's okay to do what you want. It's okay to abuse. But now it's time for governance. You are supposed to lead, not to rule over people. The people have knowledge. People are enlightened. Why do you support education and you don't support the outcome of education? Because once people learn, they come out of the fear. They become fearless. Once people have knowledge, they come out of fear. So, message to you leaders. You need to do this. Govern the people. Represent the people. Manage public resources as it is stated. Let people know your plans. Let people know that when you are a leader, there's no secrets. You can have secrets with your family, but when it comes to public affairs, it should be as open as possible. Because when you leave power, when your time comes, you're supposed to retire, or you're supposed to get out of office, you will leave a mark in that office that whoever that is going to come in that office will find it very difficult to start working things out. And that is why I will consistently say this. We need a very clear plan on which kind of Kenya we want, so that whoever that comes in will not find it difficult to treat or to cheat us with their own agendas. We will not have agendas. We'll have maybe to change leadership, but the objectives of the country remains the same. Maybe to enhance or to modify, but not to come up with their own philosophies. Because that is what we have seen making the world tremble, making the world shake, making the people go bankrupt. You see, when somebody is trying to make it all the way up, certain government system, a new government leader comes in, imposes new laws which deteriorates the economic growth, which on the bottom line affects the person who is trying to fix the sticks to climb all the way up. So, if you think power is so sweet to you, we will come back and take you out of those powers forcibly. We are tired of shedding blood. We are tired of seeing people crying because their loved ones have been. I was really moved. I was feeling really bad when I saw a Congolese lady saying, "Why are you killing us, honestly? Why are you killing us? Just why are you not giving your people the freedom? We have people who fought for this freedom. You did not fight for anything. And why are you denying the people the freedom they deserve? Every other person need to be free. 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 Think free." Yeah. Yes, I admit that we are all failed. Where have we failed? Parents have failed because they are also focusing on politics and not to nurture the children. So when they grow on the manner that does not please even their parents. So we have failed, but the government is now the problem. The biggest problem is that the government is not understanding that people have grown and this is what they need. They are sticking on the old methods and they are forcing people to blend in with the old methods of working out things. President William Ruto thinks that people are hungry, ni food ya tuna. So he says, tumepanda mahindi, unga imeshuka. That is not what we want. Man cannot live by bread alone. Ati si unaona nang'ang'ana kutengeneza kazi huko nje. That is not what we want. What we want is accountability. Accountability. Be accountable. Kuna vitu zinatendeka in the government that need a serious investigation, that need a serious auditing to get ourselves out of the debts, to get ourselves out of the corruption, and to make sure Kenya is moving. Not Kenya is moving because US is moving, but Kenya is growing because it is our obligation to grow, and we know exactly where we are growing to. You understand? So African leaders, Nigeria, Congo, I don't know why this is Uganda. I don't know what is the problem. I don't know if Paul Kagame has a problem. Samia Suluhu pia nasikia is also giving the airstrip of Tanzania to Adami. South Africa, we have been having problems. Zimbabwe, we have been having problems. Southern Sudan, we have been having problems. One of the biggest questions is, what is the problem? What is what is the problem? Why is it that politicians are fighting with the citizens? And you are leaders who are supposed to lead. We have uranium, we have gold, we have petroleum. We have to recognize that these are the state's resources. The state's resources, which are supposed to be used to benefit the statesmen. We understand that you have to partner with other people mutually to make this substance that we have more meaningful so that it can earn us money. We understand that our leaders are supposed to make partnership with other countries or with other leaders for the mutuality, for the benefit of us. That is the only transparent that we expect. So when people are talking about JKIA being rented to some individual, some tycoon, is that growing Kenya or making Kenya remain where it is? A next question, does it mean that Kenya, the 55 million, hata wakichanga 5 bob, 5 bob kila mtu, 55 million Kenyans, plus those who are illegally living in this country, plus those who are doing business in this country, if everybody gives 5 bob, can't we have a lot of money to renovate the JKIA, to improve our roads, to improve our facilities in this country? We have learned, but we have lost integrity. We have lost wisdom. Now, what is driving us is the appetite to loot, is the appetite to riches, And we are using all means, including churches. And I'm so happy for that person who came up with an idea that churches must register in a new way, in a new formula. Because the church is consistently being used by the politicians to manipulate the people. And the people who are being manipulated don't understand they are manipulated. So people don't know what is true and what is not true. Everybody in this Kenya is talking, ideas. Finally, we will not solve this problem until we have a design that we want the state of the country to be. Now, this is a message to every Kenyan and everybody, including leaders. We need to know a very simple thing. When you want to change, you need to know the design of change. You need to know, if I print this t-shirt, this is how it is going to look like. We need to have a dummy, an example of how Kenya, how our country is supposed to be. Leadership, management of resources, governance, objectives, assets, and everything, education sector, even religious sector, every other sector, in the even ministries. We need to understand how they operate. We need to understand how we are supposed to see them, so that when we are talking about transformation, we know the exact language of transformation we are talking about. If you don't know, if you don't have the picture of the result you expect, then it will take you a long time before you achieve exactly what you want. And that's why some people are very smart, but they're taking a wrong route to get what they want. Wrong. If you know exactly what you want, you will now start finding the first step, the process in which you are going to use to obtain exact what you want. So we wake up into that reality. The first, we're going to get change. We keep on sleeping. Everybody talks his own language. Politicians win. You see, so we decide exactly what kind of Kenya we want in terms of governance. We state it down so that when we take this thing out, when we take these leaders home, we know exactly this is the picture we want, and every other Kenyan knows it. Because if we have only few people who knows what is supposed to be done, the rest of the country, the rest of the people, the statesmen, the old people will not define. They will always work against. But if you have the picture, because youth, they need the future. Old men, they need security. The women need protection. And every of these people, they need inclusivity. We have to be there too. So how can we include all these people and make this country move forward? You see, so if we don't have a dummy picture on the result we expect, trust me, there's a long way to go. So the first we rise into that answer, or into that reality, the first we achieve liberation. The slow we are going to take to realize what is supposed to be done, the longer it's going to take to achieve the result we want. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I love you. See you in the next video.